The Green Bay Packers select cornerback from Georgia State, Eric Stokes, with the 29th overall pick. And I got to say, Big B, I'm pretty stoked. And that was the most rehearsed joke ever. But how are you feeling? Initial thoughts, gut reactions right today?
Well, I like the pick. I wish we took my boy Jeremiah Owusu Koromora,
Yeah.
but maybe we'll get him tomorrow if something magical happens and he drops to 62.
Yeah.
But I love the pick. He's fast. He seems
Mm-hmm.
like he has the same mentality as Jair. Maybe not
Yeah.
as intense, but he does have that mentality. And I think he's gonna be great next to Jair and learn so much from him.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how ready he is day one. They have not as much as usual still, but more of an off season than the 2021 or the 2020 draft picks had. So we'll get to see him in action in the preseason. I'm pretty excited for that. It will be really interesting to see how they use him along with Jair Alexander, two really fast guys. The man ran a 4.2540. That's pretty incredible right there.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, how he uses it, I'm not sure. I don't know if he can stick up with wide receivers or not, because the 40-yard dash can mean a lot of different things. But, also special teams aspect, not only as a gunner, but, I doubt they put a starter there. But returner, kickoffs, ooh, we might have just found a weapon here. He tested very well in the relative athletic score at 9.99. Incredible.
Bring up that
Of
score
course,
there.
gotta bring up the RAS. 4.25 40-yard dash, 2.53 20-yard split, and a 1.510 split. It's pretty impressive there. 6'5". Is that right? Wow. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. 38.5 vertical. Was really measured well. And overall, I love the pick. And it's a need, not only right now, but for the future. And a lot, so suddenly, I'm like, dude, who cares? Rodgers is going to do what he's going to do. And
Yeah.
a lot of people might think, I don't know how you can sit here and say, but there are some people acting like if the Packers didn't select a wide receiver last night, then Rodgers going to leave. People really thought that Rodgers was on this thin string of if they don't draft a wide receiver tonight, that's the last straw.
Why
like
there's more picks, right? And the draft is
yeah,
people gotta realize that. There's more picks, not just first round.
yeah. First round talent is so not overrated, but overvalued compared to everything else. And I mean, you look at the past. I mean, you don't have any first round wide receiver to compare it to for the Packers, but the Packers have almost always hit on second round, day two wide receivers. I'm looking forward to it. You also have some great offensive tackles still there on the board. I was surprised to see how many were still on the board today. You see the last three picks, I didn't watch them too much, but I believe all three pass rushers, Joe Tyron, Gregory Rousseau,
Jason Awi.
oh, that's right.
I loved him. I wish we picked him as well.
Yeah. So a lot of good players, and we'll have to see how they go about offensive tackle position. If they like these guys that are still on the board, Jeremiah, Joke, Christian Barmore still up there, Tevin Jenkins still in run to Samuel Cosme, Liam Eichenberg, so many, at least great players according to the draft industrial complex. But I guess, whoa, Brian in a fancy suit for his press conference here. We'll see tomorrow. I don't think wide receiver is going to be the second pick, and people will lose it then.
Oh boy,
it could be, but I said it in my bold predictions video. I think they're going to trade up. in the second round.
Agree.
Maybe, and I think they'll be pretty aggressive. Um, Maybe they have to give up their third. Let's talk a little bit here. I don't want to miss it. Got to talk about um, the nights that Detroit, Chicago, and Minnesota had. Panay Sewell from Oregon falling all the way to 7. Guess that's not too much fault. Like some dramatic. And then Justin Fields, they had, or was it Lance going to Chicago? Oh, it was
Justin,
Fields.
come on now.
Fields going to Chicago. Great play right there. Shame to see his career end like that.
And I love that Chicago traded another first, 2 firsts in that deal.
Yes.
I was laughing.
That was kind of crazy. 2 firsts. So, yeah, the Bears can their quarterback of the next 4 years until he fizzles out and gets burnt out by Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy once again. Hopefully, they're still there in Chicago once his contract comes up. You have the Minnesota Vikings going with offensive lineman whose name is escaping me right now. Let's see here. Christian Darrisaw, he fell pretty far. He had some injury concerns. I also saw some things like the Josh Rosen story where he wasn't committed enough to the game of football. But, great draft for the Lions thus far. Good move for the Vikings to trade down. We all know they're going to be busts, but, some move arounds for some NFC North teams. Like the Packers management today, they said the same thing they were saying all along, and they're like, as expected, Brian Gutekunst stuck to his plan. Like I said, there's just so many missing parts to this. We don't know if Aaron Rodgers is really on a thin screen or not, but it's going to be interesting to watch out. Dude, were you like all those first 10 picks? Where you're like, all right, all of a sudden, this trade alert is going to come up.
Dude, I was shaking so bad. I was so freaking nervous.
Dude, like you could see that Subway trade alert, and it's like your franchise quarterback has been traded. Like that'd be pretty crazy. Day 2, day 3, I'm not going to ask you player specific, but what do you think they do there? Any trades up? And what positions do you think they take?
Ooh, well, I do think they're going to trade up in the second round because they didn't in the first round. So I'm just assuming that they might trade up for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know where they're going to go here. Maybe tackle in the second round. I could see them
Yeah.
going, and then wide receiver in the third round. I think
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
I think offense tackle and wide receiver are like the two set positions they go with tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe interior defense lineman because they want to get their hands on one. Osa, Barmore, and all that interesting stuff. And we never know really how these teams view these prospects in mock drafts. Samuel Cosme might be a top tier tackle in all NFL minds. He might be a second round prospect and really isn't falling at all. Wide receiver and offensive tackle, I think is what we're looking at once again. Day 3, we got plenty of draft capital to load up on, plenty to move up, and it will be an interesting day 2. I mean, nothing can be more crazy than the first round nights of 2020 and 2021. Day 2 of 2020 was still pretty crazy. We'll see what tomorrow holds. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Yeah, I'm going to start fearing the draft because it's a bad omen for the Packers. But that's all we got for you tonight. Me and Big B will see what's going on tomorrow. But we'll certainly be here after day 3 to recap every move the Packers have made. Any final words on the Stoke pick at 29?
Don't be mad because I didn't take a receiver, and
Yep.
don't say fire Gutekunst because I will block you, and
Yep.
stay positive.
If you say Goot, fire Goot, I probably already have you muted, but
Yeah, I'm
that's
still
that.
getting.
I still can't, I don't like. I have become like so sensitive with the mute button, so mute button happy. Like, but like every single time I go to the Packers official page, there are still 15 idiots there. So
They
I
magically appear. I don't get it. They just magically pop up.
exactly they must like create new accounts because they know they're muted for me and they got to hear from me.
Yep.
Oh, also, it is official now. We can add David Bakhtiari to the friend of the show club. That's some big news right there.
That's
Um, I was more nervous to ask Rob DeMossi a question than I was for AJ. For David, I don't know why, but I really had to ask him about last day at Lambeau. I hope you were proud of me.
Yep.
That's all we got. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. As always, go Pack Go. Not go Rogers Go. Go Pack Go specifically.
Hell yeah.